Not an ideal week in Serie A if you look at it overall in the grand scheme of things. Sure, the football on the pitch has been fun to watch, but it's all been a distraction as we talk about Fiorentina as their now late owner, Rocco Commisso, Italian American, passed away this week. I don't know if heart failure or what it was. A giant of the game really helped Fiorentina get back to where they were and really have modernized where Fiorentina were before, on the verge of getting relegated and stuff. He comes in, really renovates them. There's a reinvigoration to the club. They all of a sudden get into the Champions League, or not Champions League, but the Europa League conference finals, back-to-back years. Rocco Commisso got to be missed. You got to start off with him. It's unfortunate and sad news in world football, not just in Serie A news. Obviously, us Americans will know it, and obviously Italians as well. Rocco Commisso spent 110 million euros on his own money on Viola Park. Is he the greatest foreign owner in Serie A history? You tell us. I mean, I don't know. You got the Friedkins out there for Roma, Oaktree with Inter, all foreign, all hold a crown. Where does Rocco Commisso rank in all this? I won't necessarily do him wrong, especially with him passing. It's sad times. What's going on in Syria, but he made an impact in the game. Obviously, you see what Oaktree's done, and Inter's won some titles. Rocco Commisso's gotten Fiorentina relevant again. Maybe not so much this season. This season, things have been going a little sideways for Fiorentina. They're starting to right the ship now, but for the most part, really, what they've done under Rocco Commisso has been fantastic. They've built the right way, slowly built. It wasn't like some of these owners that come in, the Chelsea owner just comes, splurge money, spend everything. It was calculated. It was smart. And they slowly built to make sure it was sustainable. Built, obviously, the infrastructure at Viola Park, making sure that the training facilities are great. The team's slowly gotten better. They went to Europa League conference finals 2 years in a row. Then now made it to Europa League. Just keep building up. Obviously, this year they're not going to get anything. But yeah, it's a sad time, and I kind of want to share some of the comments that we saw from Syria over the week, really. Look at here's Syria on their Twitter page stating Rocco Commisso, Syria expresses its deepest condolences on the passing of President Rocco Commisso and extends its sympathy to his family and Fiorentina during this difficult time. Real Madrid also made an announcement on Rocco Commisso. Obviously, Fiorentina made the message. This all happened on Monday when it was all announced. Even UEFA comes in and says, "We are deeply saddened to learn of the passing of Fiorentina president Rocco Commisso. Fiorentina reached a Europa League Conference League finals in both 2023 and 2024, as well as a Coppa Italia final under Commisso's leadership." They continue on to say, "The two Conference League finals proudly projected Fiorentina onto the European stage, placing it where Rocco's vision had determined it should be," said UEFA President Alexander Chefrin. "In an era in which investment in football follows business logic, Rocco embodied the fading romantic soul of the president who generously invests into a sporting project, loving the club and its supporters." It's actually CBS Sports did a really wonderful piece on Rocco Commisso last year, and so it's probably a good time to go and reflect on that. The touchline says Fiorentina, they announced that there. Yeah, so sad times for Fiorentina, for City, and for world football in general. Again, he seemed like a very passionate guy, did things against the grain, really tried to set the bar for American leadership in City, kind of paving the ways for the Friedkins, Oaktree, RedBird, the ownership over at Parma. Again, trying to be smart with the business savvy, investing properly in the team, trying to be strategic about how they spend the money wisely so you don't go bankrupt like a lot of these foreign investors do come in, and many just investors in general when they come in. But you also saw the development of great managers. Obviously, Vincenzo Italiano did so well there. Maybe not so well was his predecessor, but and Palladino, but what they're doing there, what they've built there in his time under Commisso can't be understated. He'll be missed, and I think Fiorentina responded as only way they could, and that is by showing up on the pitch. The crazy thing about Serie A, they had to play 2 days later. They had to play Bologna, and I talked about this on the last stream last week. How before I even knew anything about the Rocco Commisso thing, that Fiorentina, they're starting to play better. They had a chance to really surprise Bologna, and then once the news came out of Rocco Commisso and the fact that they had still to play 2 days later, I thought they would have suspended the game at least, pushed it back or something. I understand why they didn't. Maybe the team decided that they wanted to play, right, in honor of him. But coming out 2 days later and then getting a big win against Bologna, a team that's fighting for a European spot this year. Wonderful response there by Fiorentina to come back and get a victory on that day. Come back to this, yesterday, or was it today? It was actually today. They played Cagliari, and obviously you're gonna have a letdown. They lose 2-1 in this game. Was for Fiorentina and their family. They got the job done right after the event happened with the passing of Commisso, but against Cagliari, obviously had a letdown, emotional letdown in that game. Can't blame them really. Can't fault them for that. It's difficult circumstances to overcome. Yeah, tough week, and it's heart goes out to Fiorentina family and obviously all those involved with Rocco Commisso. Sad to hear of what happened, for sure. Well liked